Hello, in this video I'm going to go over my setup for when I partake in criminal activities in the game. So first of all, I'm going to load my criminal build. I call this the Shadows Whisper. If you've not seen the video that I did on this, I'll link that video in the description. That's a detailed deep dive on that. There are 3 different ones that I did. I did the build video, a demonstration of the Thieves Guild activities, as well as the demonstration of doing Dark Brotherhood stuff. I'll link all 3 of those in the video description if that's something of interest for you. But I thought I'd go in do another video regarding this stuff as I've found a recent deep dive into the add-ons where I discovered that there are several add-ons that are what I call kind of hidden because of the way this is labeled in the game. Now, I will say this is on PlayStation, so I'm not exactly sure what the state of it is on Xbox, but PC should be fairly straightforward as the add-ons are listed on a website, and that's how you download the add-ons for PC. But for console, we have to download them on the game themselves, and the menu in the game, as you'll see when you go to Browse Add-Ons, this first menu that it brings up, it says Browse All Add-Ons. And I have discovered that that is in fact not an accurate description because there are only, I'm guessing, roughly 100 add-ons listed here. And that is not all the add-ons. And additionally, it says all categories here as default. And this is not all the categories, or I should say all the add-ons listed. So when you go into your add-ons and you go into these individual categories here like this, there are a number of add-ons that are available that are not listed in the main menu. So for example, when you go to utility, this add-on loadouts, which is what I'm going to mainly use in this video, this is not listed on the main menu. And so that's a big, massive add-on to use because the add-ons loadouts is a very useful tool. What it does, and I've done a video on this for a deep dive, so I'm not going to go over it super detailed on here, but basically this allows you to select specific add-ons in this menu here, and then you can create automatic loadouts in the add-on loadouts here, and you can customize them however you want. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is my crime loadout. So I'm going to go ahead and load my crime loadout, and that's going to reload the UI for me automatically. And now that I've got my Shadows Whisper build equipped here, then we're going to look at what add-ons I use while I'm doing criminal activities. So I'm going to go into the add-ons here. Okay, so one thing I need to do, the Votan's minimap, I'm going to suggest that you use that because that can be helpful when you're doing heists and whatnot, because then you don't have to go into your camera and look and see where you need to walk. So I'm going to add that to my loadout here. And I don't need to reload the UI because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the add-ons loadouts here like this, and I'm going to delete my current crime, and then I'm going to go up here and name a new one crime, and then I go down to the bottom here, and then I just load it, and it's going to reload the UI for me. And as you can see, I now have the Votan's mini-map. Now I do need to make an adjustment as to where the Wizard's Wardrobe menu is, so I can do that here by going into the Wizard's Wardrobe and going over to the panel like so. Maybe one more on that and one down. Now it's out of the way to where the map is clean. So as you can see, I've got several different add-ons listed in the menu. We'll go over those a little bit, as this is what I'm going to focus on in the video. So I've got Abah's Appraiser. This is going to auto sell anything that's ornate or marked as junk when I go to a merchant. And then we have to have the add-on loadouts present so that it can you can basically load another loadout if you want to. So that one needs to be on as well. So then the next one that I'm going to use is the fancy action bar. I like to use that because it gives a good display of the UI, I believe. Then here's another one that I've not covered yet, Grumpy's Larcenist Tracker. I'll cover that in a little bit more detail here when I get done going through the full list here, but I am going to highlight that specifically because it is a really nice tool that you can use to kind of figure out what you need to work on without combing through all the menus. But I do want to take a second to shout out Gemini AI, Grumpy Ethylyn for creating the add-on. So then I have the HarvestMap console or add-on. This is helpful for if you're going to run around looking for chests or whatnot. I should say for the lockboxes. We'll put the lockboxes on the map for you. Map pins is helpful if you're looking for stuff over land. Quest mover, this moves the quest up and out of the way wherever you want it to move it to so that it's out of the way. Show equipped, I like to use this whenever I'm using the Wizard's Wardrobe to show my equipment that I've got on. And then I've got the Votan's mini-map and the zoom in further and of course Wizard's Wardrobe. So now I'm going to go into the other menu here. I'm going to show you where you can download the Grumpy's Larceny. So what you need to do is go into this add-ons menu. We'll start from the beginning here. You go into the options, go into add-ons and browse add-ons. And then you want to go up here to this icon here where all the categories are and go all the way down to utility. Check that and back out of the menu so it filters to just that. I recommend you alphabetize it. That way you can locate the stuff you need to find. Here's the add-ons loadouts that I just talked about. Again, there's a video that I've done on this. I will link that in the description. And then you're going to come down to Grumpy's Larcenist Tracker. And if you scroll through here on the right, it'll tell you what you can do to locate this stuff. Basically, all you have to do is put in the chat command \GLT, and it will list that stuff, and I'll show that how that looks live here in just a minute. But there are several other add-ons in the utility stuff that you could check out and try out if you want to. But we're just going to go into the chat command here, and we're going to see what the Larceny thing looks like. So I'm going to go with the chat GLT. Okay, now, as you can see here, it listed all of the Larceny stuff. So we have, I think these are the base game ones done here. These three are the base game done. And the Merchant Lord's Coffer, Rothgar Larcenist, Gold Coast is done. So I'm currently working on Vardenfell. So I could go into Vardenfell, and as you can see, I've fenced 1,887 out of 20,000 there, so I can work on that. I've completed Clockwork City. Somerset I've not touched. Murkmire is done. Northern Elsewhere is in progress. Southern Elsewhere is done. Western Skyrim is in progress. The Reach is in progress. Blackwood is completed. Fargrave High Isle needs to be worked on. Galen is done. Necrom needs to be done. So does Westweald and Solstice. So there are all of the different Larcenist achievements. Now, what this add-on does is it makes it so you don't have to go into the journal, into the achievements, and then into each individual ribbon to figure out where you're at on those achievements, because that can be kind of tedious to figure out which one's still pending and whatnot. So now what this does is it puts it right in the text chat, so you can just know what is still pending, what is completed, and then you can go turn in to the correct place. Now with this build, this makes this extremely easy. For example, I will go to a very, very common lockbox area, and that is in Bal Foyen. I'm not sure if people are aware of this, but there is a massive amount of lockboxes in Bal Foyen. So basically, we're just going to run up to this area here in Bal Foyen. In case you didn't see where I'm at, I'm in Bal Foyen. This is kind of a hard thing to hit. If you've never been to Bal Foyen, the easiest way is to go to Stone Falls and go to Davon's Watch, and then ride into this road here, and then you'll essentially end up here in Bal Foyen. It's a starter zone, so it's a very low-level zone for enemies. You can also travel there by using the dock system, but once you've been there, here's another easy way. If you've never been to Bal Foyen, use the Home Tours Travel. That'll be a good time for me to reference the previous video I've done about free travel. I'll link that in the description too. If you don't know how to use Home Tours for free travel, there's the Humble Mud House right here. That would also be a really great way to travel here if you've never been and you don't have one of the way shrines. That'd be an easy way to get here. But anyway, without further ado, as you can see with the map pins add-on, this is going to tell you where chests land. You can easily just walk up and pop the chests. It's also a great add-on for farming resources. But as you can see here, these white pins that are all in the town here, this is where all the lockboxes are. And with this criminal build, the Shadows Whisper that I'm using, you can literally just pop safe boxes right out in the open. You just want to make sure that your hidden status is active. If you are standing up and then crouched down in front of somebody, you're probably going to be seen. But as you can see right here, I'm just going to pop this open right in front of everybody, and nobody can see me do that. But inside this little hut here in the middle part where the Fit for Kings area is with all the crafting stations, as you can see, there are several lockboxes that spawn in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different lockboxes. Now, they're not active all at one time. You do have to they're actually not, this one's not even marked. You do have to wait for them to spawn, but popping these open, this is a great way to work on your larceny, because everything that you pull out of these is stolen, and you can fence it. As you can see, there's lockboxes all over this room. And I just got a lead there for the Triangled Truth Altar. Something I'll have to check on. And so there are, as you can see, several lockboxes. With this build, you can pretty much steal stuff right out in the open. You don't have to wait for somebody to walk away. You can just walk around here and just pop it if you want to, or if you're still working on your ledger domain, you can crack it open that way. And I just got spotted opening that, because that is the one caveat to this, is when you do fail a pop block, you do kind of become visible. So there is that. But you can also just use the shadowy disguise skill to turn invisible and then let it loose. And as soon as you're out of the room that you were seen in, you're back to hidden status. It's that easy to reset. If you get As you can see, I'm walking around here out in the open with a 462. If you look at the very bottom corner, the map is covering it up now, but this build makes it so you can pretty much walk in front of everybody. Here's a guard right here. Or not, that's just a pack soldier. Sorry, that's another guard. I'll go walk in front of the guard just to show that. All right, here's the guard right here. As you can see, I can walk right in front of him. A 462 bounty on my character, and he can't see me. So why I'm bringing this up, in update 50, they are revamping the Thieves Guild skill line. And as I go walk over to this Sigic portal, I'll explain why this could be helpful to have these add-on loadouts prepped and ready so that you can pop those on and use them in the upcoming content. And then if you haven't tried out this build that I'm talking about, the Shadows Whisper, make sure you click on the link in the description. That'll take you right to the video that I did, a deep dive on the displays of that in the Thieves Guild as well as the Dark Brotherhood content. This build is probably going to be pretty good for the upcoming content. Might even make it easy mode. I'm not quite sure what the involvement is, but I've done virtually every element of crime in this game with this build. Pretty much that you can do. Stealing out in the open, Blade of Woe stuff, all kinds of stuff in the actual skill lines for the criminal skill lines, or just doing the storyline for each of those. And I've not had a lick of trouble in any of it. It makes this pure easy, doing perfect heists, perfect black sacraments. It is a breeze. So if you haven't given that stuff a try, give it a try. If you like this video, thought it was interesting, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I have over 300 videos on the Elder Scrolls Online, and I have them all organized by created playlists on my channel. So if there's a specific subject that you are focused on, I probably have covered it. And I am doing videos all the time and adding to my catalog. So keep an eye out. If you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you do get notified when I do upload new content. Thank you again for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I will see you in another video. Bye.